this week's Bulldog Bark. We're going to start off with the Say No to Drugs recap, and then we're going to move on to sports with Ashley and Bradley, and then facts with Zach, and then we're going to have global warming interviews with Kat, and then we're going to finish it off with a prom recap. So let's get started.
Welcome to the best doggone sports show, not on TV.
For Dixon Sports, track has their conference meet next Tuesday at North Brunswick. Our athlete of the week is from our track team, Michaela Stanford, who throws the discus. Now I'll throw it over to Jalen.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm here with this week's athlete of the week, Michaela Stanford. Now, Michaela, how long have you been doing discus?
I've been doing it for 2 years now.
And do you think you've progressed at all in your 2 years?
Yeah, I think I've progressed a lot. I've added an extra 20 to 30 feet to my throw, so I've done better.
And do you think you're going to make states this year?
I think I have a good chance of making it, yeah.
All right. Back to you guys.
In other news, the NBA, you already know, Cleveland, Houston, and Golden State are progressing to the next round, and we'll keep you updated as it goes. We'll catch y'all next week.
Hey guys, welcome back to Facts with Zach. Due to the focus mainly being on prom last week, most of us forgot that it was Earth Day. So in this episode, I'll be explaining the holiday and what people are doing to celebrate. The first Earth Day was in 1970 after seeing the damage done by a 1969 massive oil spill in Santa Barbara, California. Senator Gaylord Nelson was inspired to organize a national movement that focused on educating the people about the environment. Thousands of people joined a global march for science on Saturday, with Washington and Donald Trump being the focus of the movement to fight against what many see as an assault on facts. Bill Nye, the science guy, who currently heads the Planetary Society, stated, "Science is political, but it is not partisan. Science serves all of us, and together, dare I say, save the world." There are protests going on all around the world. In Paris, a banner in French read, "We are the resistance against the orange menace in Washington. Defend science," an obvious poke at Donald Trump. He has stated, "My administration is committed to advancing scientific research that leads to a better understanding of our environment and environmental risks." Arbor Day originated in Nebraska City, Nebraska on April 10, 1872. On the first Arbor Day, there were approximately 1 million trees planted. J. Sterling Morton, who was served as President Grover Cleveland's Secretary of Agriculture, was the founder of Arbor Day. This holiday is meant to encourage people, whether in groups or as individuals, to plant and care for trees. Here's just a few reasons to celebrate Arbor Day. Trees remove pollution from the atmosphere, improving air quality and human health. During 1 year, a mature tree can absorb up to 48 pounds of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release oxygen in exchange. Statistically, amazingly also, trees reduce crime. In Baltimore, a 10% increase in tree canopy corresponded with a 12% decrease in crime.
Thanks, Zach. Now let's hear what students had to say on the subject of climate change.
Today we're going to ask you guys what you think about global warming. Let's get into it.
How do you feel about global warming?
I think we ought to do everything possible to affect changes in global warming. I think it's very real.
I feel it's a situation that needs to be dealt with, and I think it needs to be dealt with now because the longer we wait, the more environmentally unstable we'll be.
I feel like it's really bad and it hurts the planet.
I feel that environmentally we are in a crisis point and that there are certain things that must be done to change our environment or the way that we react and interact with our environment too, or else it's going to get worse.
If it's getting warmer, the glaciers might be melting, and then like certain animals, they don't have their habitats like they used to.
Global warming, I mean, I don't know. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff.
Why?
Because, you know, like the ice caps have been there forever. They've been in there for like millions to billions of years. So why is it just now that they're like melting all the way down and dissipating? You know what I'm saying?
As I saw a t-shirt that said, "Science is science, no matter what else you believe." And even though the current administration feels like it's all hocus pocus, there's nothing to it, I think our children and grandchildren are going to pay the price for their ignorance.
To deny that is to deny science. At the same time, there are methods that still may be embraced to help that or help prevent that.
Do you believe in climate change?
I do believe in climate change because North Kakalaki is very climate bipolar. So it's like snow on one day and then the next day it's 96 degrees. And
I think global warming is definitely a problem. There's scientific evidence that polar ice caps are currently melting. So I think we should try to fix that somehow.
And the Earth is just getting warmer, and it wasn't like that before. So I guess a drastic change isn't good. If glaciers and stuff like that are melting, it can cause flooding.
How do we need to change our interactions with the environment?
We should start by working with the water first, then starting going over to wind energy and things like that. Try to get everybody on a green thumb. Solar panels would be good.
We need to have long and involved talks about consumption, production, methodologies, how we do the things that we do, and what is both cost effective and people effective. We cannot at one time say we'll be drastic in our cuts, and at the same time we have to address that some things must be done.
I think we need to start using better methods to make energy, like more solar energy or water-powered energy instead of using coal and stuff like that.
Pollution leads to global warming, I think, so if we could cut down pollution.
What can we do to stop global warming?
We need to really start bugging our government about it too, because they're the ones with our tax money that, they're doing all these other things trying to help our schools, and they are not even focused on the environment like that. So I think we need to switch our focus over more to the environment.
You do things like recycling, you try to cut down on your carbon emissions, you try to do the things that you as a person can handle.
I mean, Mother Nature does its own thing. I mean, sure, you can go out there and like help it not be hot or cold. I don't know how to do that, but you can do whatever you'd wish, you know what I'm saying?
Try to buy items that are recycled, that are not toxic to the environment. If you can walk, ride a bike, do that instead of taking a car. But by all means, let your Congress people know, everybody that it's supporting stopping global warming. Let them know how you feel. And that's the only thing that will make a change, I think, right now.
Recycle more, turn off more lights, simple stuff like that.
Thanks for watching. Now to the 2017 Prom recap.
So how was the setup and cleanup for prom this year?
The setup and cleanup for prom this year was much more efficient than it has been in past years, just because of the time frame that the Ocean's Edge was open and enabled us to go out and actually decorate and clean up. So the week before prom this year, the prom committee met every day before, and we made some of the decorations that you guys saw around. And then the next day, we kind of give the kids a day off, and a lot of the teachers came out and helped. So shout out to those teachers. Thanks, guys.
What are your overall thoughts on prom?
Honestly, I think this is the best prom Dixon High School has probably ever seen. It felt more classy, it felt like the kids really enjoyed it, and overall I haven't really heard any bad things, so success.
How did prom this year compare to the prom at the Moose Lodge last year?
There was a lot of differences. So I felt like this year kids were able to kind of, if they didn't want to be right on the dance floor, they could have moved around. There was an upstairs area, there was a pool table. So I thought it was much more kid-friendly. There was a lot of different choices. And then for my side of things, the planning and the execution of the prom went much smoother this year, just because I had people and resources at Ocean's Edge to help me out. So it's a lot better.
How was your first experience at prom?
It went pretty well. I had a good time with all my friends.
Dixon prom was fun. Everyone had fun. I was lit. Everyone else was lit. It was a good time, yeah.
What was your guys' favorite feature at prom?
I liked the photo booth. Photo booth pretty cool. Probably the DJ did a good job. The dancing was really fun, and also the food was good.
At prom, it was the music. It was good DJ and just dancing, yeah.
Do you think the price was worth it this year?
I don't know. $50 per ticket is a lot, but I mean,
you made it for the venue.
I think the price was pretty accurate, and the setup was really nice, and they did really good with decorating. Good job, prom committee.
The price was worth it. Dinner with my friends and stuff, it was really, really good and it was reasonable, so